And you're very clear also about your opinion that it's not going to be a multi-chain world. So how would you? I know your company has the name Ethereum already embedded into it, but at the same time, I'd still like to ask you, Vivek, like where do you see in this future? Of course, it's not going to be a singular chain future. There may be few general purpose chains, for example. Even in a future like that, how do you see where Solana and Ethereum will be?
Well, I think that first of all, there are others. I mean, there's Ethereum, and I think there's sort of everything else. There's also Avalanche, there's also Ripple, there's also Canton, there's also Monad's going to be launching, there's also Tempo, there's also Arc, there's also, so I mean, it's
ever expanding.
Yeah, it's ever expanding, and that's who Solana and the like are all competing with. The other faction they're competing with is the growing amount of L2s, which are actually anchored on Ethereum security, which L2s are, I mean, mathematically in their full form, they're better than having an L1 in every single sense. If you just think about the operating business, you don't need to operate consensus. So a giant cost goes away. You can be incredibly faster because you just focus on execution. We're starting to see that really play out, like lighter application specific L2 is doing TPS much faster than any other L to L1. So, and it's achieving that sustainably. So we're seeing this thesis. I'm only tribal by necessity because other ecosystems are tribal, but it's from a technology perspective that this whole thing works if all assets are tokenized in one ecosystem. I'm not saying one chain, but one ecosystem. And that ecosystem is Ethereum plus all the different L2s. It's much easier to do interop. It's much easier to do shared security. It's much easier to have composability when you're all on the L1 and L2 model. Once you start having 15 different chains with 15 different RWAs, I think we've broken the financial system. So I feel very, very strongly that it is Ethereum and then it's everything else. And, the everything else will continue to fight in a race to the bottom, and they can have a lot of things. They can have meme trading. They can have some, I don't know, smaller, lower valued, use cases. I think high value finance and high value institutions need to be on the safest, most secure, most decentralized, most global, most established platform, not on some like cutting edge, quote unquote, data center platform that's cut corners, because that creates security risks in later on down the road. And the internet doesn't go down, Ethereum doesn't go down, and that's the most important thing for money and high value assets.